Hey, everybody.
Hey, guys. What is up?
It's been a while since we've done a live stream.
Pixel just started barking like right before the stream started.
Someone probably just walked by the door or something.
She's just as excited as we are.
Yes. So we went to Epic Universe. You've probably seen the video. If you haven't seen the video, then I don't know why you haven't watched the video.
Yeah, we went to Epic Universe and we're so freaking excited about it that we wanted to talk about it. So we're like, let's do a live stream.
Yeah. That's what we're doing here today.
All that consumes like my thoughts day and night is just Epic Universe. I'm not going to lie.
I know. Let's get this out of the way. First of all, we were invited by Universal and we were hosted by them for Epic Universe. So we need to disclose that. They, obviously paid for our VIP tour. They gave us a hotel, but all their opinions
are our own.
And we want to thank them. But we also want to thank you guys, because the only reason we were invited was because you guys watch us.
Yeah. It was truly surreal to be there. And like, I don't know, it was just such a whirlwind of a few days that it almost doesn't feel like it happened. But it's all I can think about it. My entire TikTok feed is nothing but Epic Universe. My entire like Threads feed is nothing but Epic Universe. Every time I see like an interaction with Toothless, I cry. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I've cried like 10 times just watching people meet him. So
yeah, so you're in the corner watching Airphone crying.
I know.
Like,
he's like, well, what are you doing?
Yeah. So today on today's live stream, we wanted to talk to you guys about it. If you guys have any questions about Epic Universe, we might.
I was gonna say this is spoiler free, but there might be some like mild spoilers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think we're gonna go like heavy into the spoilers.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what people consider a spoiler or not. Yeah. Like, we're not going to...
I guess our whole video was a spoiler.
Yeah. But, obviously we're not going to be showing footage of any rides or talking about, the story of rides. But we're going to be talking about rides and what's in the world. So we're not going to... I don't know. I feel like if we tiptoe around it, then we won't be able to talk.
I'm just giving the warning now.
Yeah.
So if you want to stay like completely spoiler free,
yeah.
Come back and watch this once you've been.
Sonia asked, oh, wait, why is that high up? What is going on there? Do you want to read that?
I can't really see it. Okay. Questions for you. What is the water situation like at Epic Universe? Bring your own bottle and fill it in water fountains or drinking fountains, or do they give out complimentary waters? I didn't notice. I'm sure that there's water bottle stations, but like, honestly, like we had such a...
There was water bottle stations, because I remember we had water bottles and we would finish them, and our tour guide was like, until we get a new water bottle, so you could just go fill them near the restrooms.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are water bottle stations, and I think, the other Universal theme parks, the Coke Freestyle has water, and you can get free water from them. So if you have a bottle, you can...
pro tip.
Yeah. So I'm assuming it's the same at Epic. We didn't test that out.
Yeah. Sorry.
We have another one. Are you stuck on your phone all day on an app like Disney, or do they offer charge banks, have places to charge? I don't know about the charge banks, but you're barely on your phone. You're barely on your phone.
I think the only time you'd ever really check your phone is to check wait times of like the rides. And also when you're in Super Nintendo World, just to see like how many points you got.
Yeah. And also a bunch of the restaurants are mobile order. So you have to like order on your phone.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We didn't really get a chance to do that because we were on a VIP tour.
Yeah.
But the good news is we're going back very, very soon, and we're going to try all the food and do all the things, and I'm very excited.
Yeah, we didn't really get to eat at any of the restaurants other than the Oak and Star Tavern. They had like a buffet out for us.
It was so good.
We only did 6 of the 11 rides, or I did 6 of the 11. Kitra sat a couple of the coasters out. So a lot of people, like, I don't know, when they announced Epic Universe, people were like, there's only 11 rides. Is this really going to be like, is there enough to do in one day? And the thing is, we had a VIP tour, which got us to the front of every line. We actually went through the exits of some lines and got to the front. And we didn't accomplish.
Yeah, we still didn't get to do everything.
Yeah, 6 of the 11 rides we did. We only did one of the 2 shows.
I know. God, I'm so excited for the Harry Potter show that we're going to see next time.
Yeah, we interacted with a lot of characters, but we didn't do any like shopping. Not much food.
We barely got to look at the merch at all.
I think this is like a 2-day park.
Yeah, this is the only shirt that I bought, and I bought this in the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a 2-day park for sure.
Okay, I'm looking for more questions here. Sorry.
Oh my gosh. It's such an amazing park. I really can't wait to go back. I'm so excited.
Someone says that they watched our Galactic Star Cruiser video, assuming that they would never afford to go. Ended up going 3 times because they watched spoilers. They were disappointed. I think this is different because Galactic Star Cruiser was so much a story experience. It's kind of like reading the Wikipedia article of a movie before you go see a movie, and it's like, oh, of course that's going to spoil the entire movie. I think finding out what rides and food is at a theme park isn't going to spoil your enjoyment of it, but that's just my opinion. We don't show any of the rides in our video.
Yeah, and I didn't mean to make it seem like this is going to be like a spoiler live stream. I just meant like we might talk about some things. So if you haven't watched our video yet, we're going to talk about everything we filmed. So
yeah,
just throwing that out there.
Don't think I'm gonna make it to the stream, but I was curious if you do have the Express Pass at Epic Universe, do you miss all of the fun queue? So we went through the Express line on a bunch of the rides, like Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein Experiment, and you do get a majority of the cool queue.
Yeah,
but you
there was
do
a lot
miss
we
some.
missed. Yeah.
So I think they designed it in a way that you don't miss the really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you want to see more of the queue, go watch our friend Kevin Heimbach's video because he was in the normal queue and he showed a little bit more of it.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm now catching up to the beginning of this live stream because all those comments were done.
Jessica's here. She said we only did 1 express queue.
Yeah, Jessica is our.
So that must have been for Monsters Unchained.
Yeah, Jessica was our tour guide.
Yeah, the best.
She was the best. We learned once we got there, actually not even once we got there, halfway through our tour, we learned that Jessica's one of our Patreons, which is cool.
Yeah.
I remember going up to her, everybody was introducing themselves, and I was like, hi, I'm Peter. And she was like, I know who you are. Like,
I love it.
She was the best, though. Like, literally, there was so much. There was, like, I think a couple hundred media outlets at this event. And our group was the best, obviously.
Yeah, group 9.
Yeah, we had the best people, and we had the best tour guide. And I talked to a lot of people in other groups that didn't get to do some of the stuff we did. So I feel like
we got to see and do a lot.
I'm very happy with what
Jessica was amazing, and she, everything that we like prioritized, she made happen. If a ride were to break down, that's obviously out of her control, but like we got to do everything that we wanted and it left us wanting more.
Yeah.
And like, honestly, like that tour was like 9 hours long and she was with us the entire time. I know some of the other tour groups like broke up around like 5 or something. So like shout out to Jessica for sticking with us for the entire day.
That last like half an hour was like a speed run. Like
I know.
We ran
it was
to
crazy.
Donkey Kong.
And then we like got lost from the group and then I felt so bad. We went into Donkey Kong and like we lost everybody and I thought they all went on the ride. Yeah. So I was like freaking out. And then it turns out they were all waiting for us.
What are things like going up high? I don't know. Anyways, yes, we got to hang out with our friend Nate, paging Mr. Morrow. It's always fun to hang out with him. The thing about him, and especially like this day, his enthusiasm is just infectious. He's like the best.
He's the best. Yeah, I love him so much.
Yeah.
Every time we get to hang out with him, I get so happy.
Nick said, "Did you guys talk to Juju a couple times?"
Yeah, he was in our group. He's so nice.
Yeah, he's great. I gotta say, like, we were all trying to create our own content, so it was like I feel like we were all in our like own worlds, and then every once in a while, in between things, we would like chat. But it was like kind of like we were all in our own lanes.
We're all like in the zone.
Yeah, we're all like trying to do like there's one guy doing interviews. There was another person doing cosplay. There was another like we were all just doing our own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But everybody was on the same level, so that was good. Did we talk to Carter? Yeah, Carter was in our group. He's so nice.
Yes.
What's funny is I thought I recognized him because I've seen some of his TikToks, and then like he kept getting stopped, and I was like, oh yeah, he's so nice.
Myra's here, and she says,
Hi, Myra.
"Thank you for super chat, Myra." She says, "Love you all. I miss you so." So Epic Universe is epic.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty epic. Like I don't want to overhype it too much, but it's honestly it exceeded my expectations. So we've been following this project since they announced it, and it's just crazy. Like first of all, that they got it done so quickly, and that it's so beautiful, and they did such a good job. And I'm already like looking forward to like them expanding the park and adding more portals.
Taylor says, folks keep saying that they were always wanted to go to Hogsmeade or Diagon Alley, not Wizarding Paris. Was Wizarding Paris just as exciting as Hogsmeade or Diagon? I'll say this. It's not like, I mean, I guess it's from the Fantastic Beasts, right? It's like a small part of the Fantastic Beasts. But, you know, I love Galaxy's Edge. And they've never been to Galaxy's Edge in any of the movies or TV shows. And I love it just the same. It feels like you're in the Wizarding World when you're in Paris.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even remember the Fantastic Beasts movies.
I know. We need to rewatch them for sure. We should have rewatched them before we went. Yeah. But, like, it's so good. And we barely got to see anything. It's so beautiful. And, like, I can't wait to, like, try out the wand and try all the different spells and try the butterbeer crepe. And the ride is absolutely amazing. That queue is phenomenal. And the ride, like, you think, like, oh, the queue is so good. The ride could not possibly be as good as the queue. The ride is so good. I'm like, cannot wait to go on it again. I hope it's open next week so we could go on it again. Like, I will wait. What's the longest you'd wait for that ride? Like, in the opening?
Opening day, I don't know.
I'm not saying like 5 years from now. I'm saying like now. I'd wait like 2 hours.
I think we were having microphone problems when we were recording the queue, so this got cut out of our video. But apparently that queue is equipped to hold 7 hours of line.
I could see that. It's big, and it just kept going and going and going and going.
Would you wait 7 hours in that line?
I mean, if I was going multiple days, like on opening week, and I was super excited, yeah.
The thing is, that doesn't, well, actually, that goes into our next question.
I'd probably wait 3 hours would be like my limit.
Bradley says, will the express pass line skip most of the queues? It does everything but, I think, Ministry of Magic. So you either got to rope drop that, or there might be a virtual queue. I don't know if they've announced that officially yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm assuming that line is going to be pretty big.
Yeah. It was a huge line.
Yeah.
I was like, it was just like so massive in scale that I was just like, from the outside, obviously, like you can't see it, but I'm just like, how big? I would love to know like how big it actually is. Because the ride itself was so, it's hard to put into words like how big in scale the ride is. Like, you guys aren't ready. You thought Rise of the Resistance was like epic. Like, this ride's even more epic.
You want to read this one?
Sure. How is the merch? I need Kitra's shirt. So we didn't get a chance to really look at the merch, but the merch inside of the park is different than the merch that they're selling like at City Walk or like in the hotels.
Yeah. Well, some of that merch is in the store.
Have some, but there's a lot more that you could find inside of the park. Yeah. Like, I actually got this in the hotel, and it's just like a basic T-shirt. But I'm excited to check out all the merch when we go back.
Yeah, we didn't really get a chance to explore much of it. I will say that generally, I like Disney merch more than I like Universal merch. Mm-hmm. And I didn't, in my quick browsing, see anything that was like, oh my God, I need that.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to check out and see what they're...
I mean, I saw a couple of How to Train Your Dragon things that I need.
You know what I wish they had more of is Epic Universe merch. Not by like about the world, but like I want like the portals. I want like...
How cool would it be if they had a Spirit jersey with like all the portals or like all the coins or whatever on it?
I want stuff like that. I want like, you know how they have headbands? Make a headband with the Chronos on it. Like, I don't know. I feel like...
I would buy that, honestly.
They're all in on the IP, and I feel like I want, as a park fan, I want Epic Universe merch.
I will say there's a lot of good Nintendo merch, but a lot of it is the same that we've seen in Hollywood and Japan. But all that merch is awesome.
Do you want to read this one?
Yeah. How large did it feel? I couldn't really get a feel of how large, like compared to Disney World, would you compare the size of the park? Okay. So
That's a hard
it
question.
didn't, like, what park would you compare it to size wise? Because I didn't feel like my feet didn't hurt at the end of the day.
We did a lot of
We
walking
did do
though,
a lot of
because
walking.
here's the thing. I say this in the video, but it has the hub, which is like the straight line, right? And it has the spokes that go across to different lands, but it doesn't have the wheel. If you think about the wheel, so you can't, like, you know how you're in Disneyland, you can go from Adventureland to New Orleans Square to whatever.
Yeah.
You can't do that. So if I'm in Harry Potter, Paris, I need to go back out to the hub, and then I need to go down to wherever Dark
Yeah, you
Universe
can't
is.
just cut across. I wonder if they'll ever change that.
I don't think so, because I think they built it in a way that people will be spending a lot of money eating food and stuff. And but what that does is, instead of you going in a circular motion around to all the parks, you kind of keep on going back and forth through Celestial Park. And I feel like there's a lot of walking there.
But size-wise, what would you compare it to?
It's tough.
Islands of Adventure?
No, it's not as big as that, because it doesn't have, but it also doesn't have a big body of water in the middle. I don't know what the actual size of it is. It is smaller than Islands and Epcot. It's smaller than all those.
Definitely smaller than Epcot. Yeah.
But like it doesn't feel small. When it was first announced, I was like, oh, only 5. The hub and 4 worlds, which they say 5 worlds. I was kind of like, I'll get bored after a half a day. No, it doesn't feel small.
No.
Yeah.
That being said, I want more portals already.
And all the worlds feel epic when you're inside it. So like when you're in Wizarding World Paris,
you're so immersed. You don't even know there's anything outside. The
tallest building in Diagon Alley is, I think, like half the size of the smallest building in Paris. Wow. So it's just like huge.
Huge, yeah.
Yeah. Rose Gold Sugars here says, will Epic Universe be doing Halloween mazes like HHN? I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think there's space for that.
I think HHN will just continue to be at Universal Studios Florida.
Does Epic Universe offer unlimited freestyle cups like the other 2 parks? I believe they do, and I believe it's cross. You can, if you buy one in another
park. Didn't you say that they had a special blend in every land or every world?
That's what I learned after the fact.
Yeah, because we tried the Celestial Spritz, which I didn't really love. I need to try it again. But like we heard
in Dark Universe, there's one called Scary Berry.
Okay, we need to get we add it to our list. We need to get a freestyle cup and try all the different flavors.
Do you think people will enjoy walking through Celestial Park to get to the different lands every time, or will people get annoyed at that? I will tell you my biggest criticism. I loved Epic Universe. My biggest criticism of Epic Universe is Celestial Park. It doesn't feel like the trees are big enough. There's no shade, and it feels like you have to.
We really didn't get a lot of time to spend in there, so we can't really judge it yet.
But I will be annoyed walking through it, I think, a lot. But
it didn't bother me, to be honest.
But that is my biggest criticism. Also, we should say that we were there during previews. The park doesn't open until May 22nd.
Yeah, it was empty.
So things were not done. Who knows?
Crowded.
Who knows if they'll like put in bigger trees? It could be possible. So anything we say is not like a review of the final
And
park.
also, we didn't really get a chance to do like anything besides walk through it. So like, I'm excited to explore it more. I want to go on the carousel and grab a drink like at the tiki bar and just like hang out.
Do you want to answer this one?
Yeah. Question: do the dragons at Isle of Berg seem like people inside giant costumes or animatronic? They're animatronic. They feel like dragons. It feels like you're meeting dragons. There is one walk around dragon that like you can clearly see that somebody's in if you look at the legs, but just don't look at the legs and you'll never know. Like it's kind of like the raptor at the other parks, but like
for that one.
Yeah, but when you meet Toothless, that's an animatronic. Nobody is in that, and it is like a real we say in the video, but like it reminded us of our dog, our French bulldog. Yeah. And just the motions that it makes, it like sniffs its nose, it like makes these little noises. And then like the little baby dragons, those are robots. Like those are literally robots.
Toothless is the most advanced meet and greet character we've ever experienced by like a mile.
Yeah.
Disney doesn't have anything like that.
Oh my God.
It was insane. Like Kitra literally just keeps on watching videos of Toothless.
I can't get enough. I literally can't get enough. And I want to meet him again. And it was just awesome.
Han says, any talk of Universal Studios updating the Islands Adventure Marvel/Toon area now the Epic Universe is open? No talk that I've heard of.
You get rid of that one.
Can't.
Sorry, I don't have a mouse. Sorry, what was that? Any talk of Universal Studios updating the Islands Adventure Marvel Toontown area now? I don't think there's any talk, but there's some speculation that, you know, they can't hold on to that area forever. I think like Islands of Adventure, like we went there on this trip and I think it's due for an upgrade. Like I would love to see like that side of the park be reimagined. As much as I love it, but you know.
Yeah. Robert says, should I book hotel on Universal property to experience Epic Universe? You don't have to, but like if you can afford the Helios Grand Hotel, it's a hotel that's inside the park. It's incredible. You get your own private entrance into the park. I think all the Universal hotels get an hour early access.
Oh shoot, we should have booked Helios.
Not during the preview, but once the park opens.
Okay.
Yeah.
We should book it once it opens.
Yeah. So should you, I don't know, if you stay at one of the deluxe resorts, your express pass does not work in Epic. So just know that. Yeah. I think Universal might have signed that deal back when, you know, it was an unfavorable deal for them, and now they're bigger.
Well, I was going to say, somebody like asked on Twitter today, asked the Universal team about Express Pass, because if you have the highest tier of annual pass, you get Express after 4 p.m. And someone asked if that would be available once the park opens, and they said yes. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we have the highest annual pass. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. We have a super chat here. Do you want to read it?
Yeah. What was your favorite ride? And would you go back? Did you meet Toothless? I heard you can meet dragons. Yes, we are going back. We can't wait to go back. We're going back very, very soon. We're super excited. And my favorite ride, keep in mind we didn't get to do all of them, so I don't know. The favorite one that I did, I think, was Monsters Unchained.
We are some of the only people in the world that have gotten to ride Harry Potter and Battle at the Ministry. That ride is like next level tech. It's hard to explain what it even is, but between that and Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein experiment, both of those were like on the same level for me. But I feel like I need to ride them again.
Yeah.
I can't decide which one I like more.
I know. Well, when we were getting off of the Ministry ride, you said that was one of your favorite rides of all time.
I know.
I agree.
I was on the hype train. I was on the I was just riding on a high, and I said that, and then afterwards I was like, let's put something on the screen because I'm not sure.
I feel like that ride, even though we weren't like allowed to film anything, even if we did film it, it's just something you need to experience. I think no one is going to be able to capture just the scale of that ride.
Let me say this too. You're not allowed to record on the rides at Universal, but obviously people are breaking the rules and recording POVs. If you watch any of those POVs, that doesn't accurately capture what is going, like it is so much cooler than it looks.
Yeah.
Do you want to read this one?
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. I keep typing out questions. As I'm typing, you're answering them. So I'm just going to say hi now. Thanks for all the awesome info. Can't wait to go. Well, hi. Thank you. Well, I can't wait for you to go too. I can't wait for everyone to go.
Yeah. We went that one day for the media, and then we did our editing overnight. And then the next day we were at our hotel, we stayed at the Terra Nova Resort.
Terra Luna.
Terra Luna?
We keep saying the wrong name.
Stella Nova, Terra Luna, whatever. Anyway, so our room from our hotel, our hotel room, you could see
I know.
Epic Universe, and I would look out, and I kept on looking at it. I was like, I want to go back in there. Like I
was like, when do we get
because
to
we were
go
there
back
for a
in
couple
there?
more days, and
Yeah.
I was like, I wish we could go back in. I was like, so.
Yeah, well, good news. Next week they're
Yeah.
starting annual pass holder previews, and we'll be there.
Yeah. Jordan says, do you have to buy a separate ticket for the other Universal parks? Do they have a ticket for all the parks? So they're selling right now a 3-day ticket that includes 1 day at each of the 3 theme parks.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't, I don't think, park hop during that.
Yeah, so you have to stick in whatever park you're going to.
Which is fine because you're going to want to stay in there.
Yeah.
We were going in June. We tried to get the express pass for Epic, but they were sold out. Oh no. Well, check on the day of, because they might show up. Oh, our friend Theme Park Express is here.
Yeah.
We saw him. We weren't in his group, unfortunately. Oh wow,
You're
way
very. I was gonna say
behind.
he's been in here for a while.
I already answered that. Thank you so much, Rosario.
Yeah, thank you.
What is she saying? Oh no, that's her last name. Sorry. On here it said her last name as like the text, so I was confused. Y'all need to get Offhand Disney there. He's never been to Universal Park.
Oh wow.
I know. I watched the video where he admitted that, and like,
maybe that's why his name is Offhand Disney, not Offhand Universal.
But he needs to experience. Like, you need to experience the competition. You can't just know what's out there. I feel like he needs to. We need to get Doll in there. That's what I'm saying. We need to get him there.
I think this is going to bring a lot of people who have never been to Universal before in.
I think so,
which
too.
Which is like pretty exciting.
I love that Mouse Vibes was in your group. That was great. Our group had a ton of cool people.
Yeah.
It was cool. We had a lot of our friends.
Yeah, and everybody was so hyped and like excited. It was so fun.
Kitra is here, says he requests that when we go back to try to find out if they have any carrot cake flavored items. I don't think they do. Actually.
We'll be on the lookout. Well,
yeah.
We don't know for sure. We didn't get to look at any of the menus.
Yeah, well, I've been researching menus for our next trip, and I have not seen any carrot cake.
Anything?
No. How much is parking? Do we get free parking with the Premier Pass? Can you ask Jessica if Ministry will be working during?
I don't think Jessica knows.
I don't think she knows. I don't know about the parking situation. I think
if you have the annual pass, you get free parking.
I don't know that for sure though. So
but don't quote us.
Yeah. We never park because we're always traveling.
Yeah, we're always staying at a hotel there. So
yeah.
That'd be a Kevin question.
Yeah, he might know. Theme Park Express clarifies Express excludes Ministry, Dragon Racers, and Donkey Kong.
Wow.
So I guess what is 11 minus 3? That means it includes 8 of the 11 rides.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I'm guessing that's because Donkey Kong's such a low capacity ride, Dragon Racers too, and Ministry probably just they don't know when it's going to be down or up. So I'm guessing that's why.
That's worth it then. I feel like those are 3 like really good rides.
Yeah. I don't know. Were the restrooms themed? Yes.
Yes. Well,
we haven't.
The only one that I noticed was in Dark Universe. They had like black toilets, which was kind of funny.
Oh, Rosario sent another super chat here. She says something. Says, you guys are amazing. Much love from North Carolina.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosario. Do you want to read this one?
Loved when Kitra was happy to see a restroom in the Nintendo portal. LOL. I like knowing where the bathrooms are. Are the bathrooms epic? Yeah, that took me by surprise. Like, I thought it was going to be exactly the same as Japan, and I don't remember there was either a restroom or like a changing room. I didn't really get to see it, but there was some little side room when you first entered the Super Nintendo World portal.
Yeah.
So,
how long did it take to walk through that Ministry queue? I don't know. We were filming a lot, but
it was long.
Every room, it was like room after room, and I looked over at Kitra. I'm like, it keeps going.
Yeah.
It just keeps going. I've never seen a queue that long.
Yeah. I'd say if we weren't filming, it would probably take, if you were just nonstop walking, at least like 5 minutes, right?
And it's not like just boring rooms of switchbacks. Every room has like something cool to look at and
Yeah.
you want to film or photograph or whatever. Did you feel fully immersed in each of the realms, or was there a lot of noise and visual obstructions from other lands?
You felt fully immersed. You did not know there was another land,
Yeah.
which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, some people are complaining about there being sightline issues. I didn't notice anything.
I didn't notice anything.
Yeah, it wasn't. That's not something that really bothers me unless it's like
really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, you can be in adventure. No, you can be in Frontierland and see Tomorrowland and Disneyland. And Disneyland's the best theme park in the world. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, it's not something that I noticed, but I will say once you're in the lands, I did not notice any other land.
You want to answer this one?
Sure. What did the flu in the Ministry of Magic smell like? It smelled like you were transporting to the Ministry. I don't think it had a smell. Did it?
I don't think it had. It just smelled like a fog smell kind of.
It smelled
thing.
like HHN.
Yeah. Hold on.
Honestly, that was like so cool. I've always wanted to do that. I mean, I think everybody's always wanted to do that. Ever since you first see Harry Potter, you're like, oh, I wish I could just transport wherever I want. And like, you're able to do that, which is so cool.
I will say the trick with it is once you go through the Metro Flu, the hallway literally goes like right or left.
Mm-hmm.
So when you do it, if you're having like your significant other or whatever, your friend film you, you want to, after the thing goes up, you want to go out of sight. Because I remember I filmed you and you were just still standing there.
Oh, was I? Oh, I was
Which is why I wouldn't use it.
I was gonna say, I was wondering why he didn't use like the shot of me going.
You need to look like you disappear.
Oh.
It needs to have like
I think
the
I was
illusion.
just so excited that I like froze.
Yeah. Is it as small as Knott's Berry Farm?
No,
I don't think so.
I think it's bigger.
Yeah. Do you think Epic is plus size friendly? I can tell you I fit on every single attraction, no problem. Not even like we need to push it down. Like, it seemed like they heard the criticisms. Like I heard one of the team members there at the Harry Potter ride say like they heard the criticism. They made it bigger, more accessible for people. I don't know how.
I think the Yoshi ride still might be a little tight.
Yeah. I don't know how accessible that is, but I'm around 250 pounds, and I fit on the Yoshi ride when we were in Japan, and I was heavier.
Check out our friend's
Theme Park Express.
Theme Park Express. He did a whole video about that.
Yeah. And I think he had no problem fitting on all the rides too. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, we watched that video, but I don't remember.
I believe that's the case. Is Epic as big as DCA? I don't like all these questions because I don't know what the acreage. I don't know. I don't think it's as big as DCA, but I could be.
It feels as big as DCA.
I don't know.
Once you're in the lands.
I can tell you it doesn't feel small, is what I'm telling you. When you're there, it doesn't feel small.
But it also doesn't feel so big that like it's annoying to walk. At least for me. Maybe I was just so excited. I was not annoyed that I had to walk.
Here's an interesting question from Kitra. Do you want them to build a new portal to a new world or expand upon what they already have with Potter or Dark Universe?
Both. I think Potter needs a second ride.
There's a weird area in Potter where once you go down that street, you turn right. There's not much to do, and it's because they were supposed to build a second ride there. It was never announced, but there's you can tell that there's supposed to be a second ride over there, and I hope that one day they build it. I will say my most anticipated world was Dark Universe, and I did really like it, but
it was the smallest.
It felt small, and I wish they can expand it. Give us like a Creature of the Black Lagoon boat ride. Give us like something more.
I will say, but I do think Harry Potter needs it the most because that's the only. I mean, I guess it has a show, but all the other lands have multiple rides, and that one only has one. But I do want to see. I'm just gonna put it out there. I want a Wicked portal. I want to go to Oz. I want to go to the Emerald City.
Oh, here's an answer for us. Jeff says DCA in Anaheim spans 72 acres. In comparison, Epic Universe covers 110.
Wow.
So it is bigger.
Yeah.
Who knew? I mean, I guess Jeff knew. But yeah, Kyle says trees will grow. But I'm just saying for the Celestial Park is a little bit
we can't
brutal,
complain
not
about that.
Orlando Sun.
Yeah.
I can complain.
I know, but it's like it's opening day. Like, of course the trees aren't going to be big yet.
I know. Jungle Cruiser, thank you so much. Says the animatronics and dragon characters were mind blowing. I hope Disney knows the expectations for Walt will be higher now. Your thoughts?
Agreed.
I think
Agreed. They went hard with the animatronics. My only worry is that, like, especially with Dark Universe, if that ride ever breaks and like one of the animatronics stops working, that's gonna be awkward. So hopefully they have a way to like fix that.
Well, I saw a video already of the pre-show Victoria Frankenstein, right? Victoria Frank. Yes. That she wasn't working one day, and then they have a B mode, like they do on like Rise of the Resistance, where it's a screen kind of thing.
Well,
so
that's good.
So I think they have B modes.
Yeah, they're smart enough to figure that out.
Random Recess is here. Hey guys, do you think they're saving the Flying Dragons for opening day?
Hopefully. Or maybe that's part of like a nighttime show. We don't know.
Yeah, I think they want to save it for opening day, but I think they need to test it out.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, that's what these previews are for. It's like figuring things out.
Google Earth says Knott's is 56 acres. Wow. Okay, yeah, so it's twice as big as Knott's.
Wow. Serenity, thank you so much. Serenity says, how crazy was the ride on Monsters Unchained? Any motion sickness? I'm excited, but a little scared that the ride seems like a must-do.
So I didn't feel any motion sickness at all. It does kind of toss you around a little bit, but I honestly think that Forbidden Journey is worse because it has the screens. I think if anything, the ride that people are probably going to get motion sick on is the Ministry ride. For some reason, I don't know why. Maybe I was just so excited. I didn't get motion sick, and I was really worried that I was going to. But I could see that being the ride that people get motion sick on.
Yeah, I think that's right. So the Ministry of Magic ride has the Kuka arm technology that was in Forbidden Journey, but it's not on the back. You know how it's like on the back of the thing? It's on the bottom. So because it's like that, it's not as, it shouldn't make as many people as sick. Not to say it won't make you sick, but it shouldn't. And it also doesn't have the screens. Kitra gets sick with the screens.
Screens are what do it for me. Yeah. So in Monsters Unchained, it was like 95% animatronics. The only screens were really like the backgrounds sometimes, but they didn't make me sick.
Hold on. I'm trying to find a new. When will you guys do Disney Paris?
We have no plans, but we hope to do it eventually.
We're waiting until like the construction's over.
I know we're kind of waiting, but like part of me is like we should go before. We should go before and after.
Hold on.
We'll go eventually.
Do you know if the new Harry Potter and Dark Universe rides will have express queues and single rider lines?
I think Peter said earlier that ride doesn't have express for now. I don't know about single rider.
I think it has an express line, but I don't think it's going to be
open.
Used. Yeah,
in the beginning.
Single rider, I don't know.
I would assume
maybe someone in the chat can answer that one.
Yeah, we didn't notice. We'll look when we go back.
Do you know why no one has posted them riding the Ministry ride yet? Because we were lucky. We were literally some of the only people that have ridden it. A lot, like I think it's been like a couple, like maybe 100 people have ridden it.
Yeah, and also like we weren't allowed to film, so that's probably why.
Yeah. And so I don't think there's been enough people for someone to sneak video, but I think if you recorded that, you would not get a sense of what's going on.
Yeah, if you please, like if you watch a POV of that, just know that it's so much, like you need to see it in person. Yeah. Same with Monsters Unchained. Like I've seen that POV floating around and I'm just like, you need to do it in real life.
Will Epic have a nighttime spectacular? They have not announced anything, but we've seen like the fountains going, and it seems like it should have something.
I would love if they did some sort of like World of Color type show, or like a fireworks show or something.
If we currently do not have annual passes and purchase one, will it allow entry into Epic? And if so, is there a 1-day restriction for the week?
No, we were able to buy multiple days.
Well, I think they're saying, will their annual passes get them into Epic? No.
So I think if you don't have an annual pass and you buy one now, you needed to have it before the tickets went on sale, from what I understand. But if you're staying at any of the Universal hotels, you have a chance of getting a ticket for Epic. You have to do it in person.
At the hotel, based on availability.
Yeah. So if
for the previews.
So once the previews start next week, I think they start on the 17th is the first day. If you are staying at a Universal hotel and you go down to the front desk and you ask about buying tickets, depending on availability, you could probably get in. So you don't need to have an annual pass. But yeah, I was told that if you didn't already have the annual pass, if you buy one now,
yeah, but
I don't know for sure. You could try.
But I think what they're saying, will the annual pass get them in? And no, there's no annual pass that includes Epic.
Sorry, I misunderstood the question.
Yeah. Dean, our friend Dean's here. Do you want to read this?
Hey, y'all. Epic Each World is so immersive, so hard to pick a favorite on each world or ride. Next time you go, get the Butterbeer Crate, best Butterbeer item. Hope to see you next time. Dean, we will make sure to come visit you when we go 100%. Next time. We didn't even...
We were in Super Nintendo for like 30 minutes.
I don't want to out on where Dean works in Epic, but we didn't go to your area. But we will make sure
he appeared in Kevin's video.
We didn't go on Mario Kart because we didn't have time, but we'll come say hi to you next time for sure. And I cannot wait for the Butterbeer Crepe.
Does the Helios Grand Hotel include express passes? I don't believe so.
No.
I loved you guys on Podcast the Ride.
Oh my God, thank you.
Thank you. We have listened to Podcast the Ride for I think 5-6 years now. We love them.
Yeah, they're our favorite podcasts for sure.
We were so nervous going on there. I hope our episode didn't suck.
Yeah, I didn't re-listen to it.
Yeah.
I tried and I just couldn't.
Need you and Nate paging Mr. Mario to collab more.
I know.
We're always like, I always feel like we should call up Nate like when we're in Orlando, but we're always like have like 3 days.
I know, we're always so busy. We never really get to see anyone.
Yeah.
Except for Kevin because he always picks us up from the
airport. Hold on, I'm trying to catch up on questions here.
Yeah, don't worry. If you send a super chat, we'll get to it. I'm sorry, we're a little behind.
Can you walk between lands without going through the portals? No.
You cannot.
Do you want to read this one?
Sure. Is Monsters Unchained okay for someone who does not like roller coasters? Are there any stomach drop moments? I don't particularly enjoy roller coasters. They make me physically ill, and I was able to do Monsters. There's no drop moments, but it does. If you've ever been on Forbidden Journey, it's kind of like that, where you're in this like mechanism that kind of like moves a lot, but it's not too fast, but you kind of like go up and like
back.
You're like facing like on your back and you kind of go down, you go over, but it's not like too intense.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. It's not like fast and like loops like a roller coaster.
But that's why I think Ministry of Magic will be a little bit more intense because it has like the drops and stuff.
It has a lot more like sporadic drops.
Off the Trio Path, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Our friend Adrian says the Sightline talk is getting old. I agree. 100%.
You said that like 30 minutes
ago.
ago.
Amy, thank you so much. Your work brings me joy. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for watching. I have to like pinch myself that like, I don't know. You guys are just awesome for watching and I just feel so blessed.
Allie says that she saw a carrot cake candle at Bath and Body Works.
Oh my God, really?
Kidder, you got to check that out.
I think I saw that and I sent it to him and he's like, I don't want my house smelling like carrot cake.
Why not?
I was like, Kidder, come on.
Kidder's always like he's so picky.
He's so picky about the carrot cake that it's got to be just right.
Do you think Epic will take attendance more from Universal and Islands of Adventure or Disney World?
I don't know.
I think people are going to book vacations to Universal that never booked vacations to Universal.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's going to take away, but I mean, only time will tell.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a busy summer.
Oh, Theme Park Express says they modified the restraints on Yoshi to only need to come down a little. Very different from Japan.
Oh, we saw
Oh yeah,
that.
I
I
remember
know. I was gonna
seeing
say
that.
we watched your video. I don't know why I forgot that.
Yeah.
Well, that's good
Yeah.
because when we went on in Japan, like we barely fit in it, and it was like super uncomfortable.
Mad Action, thank you so much. I love the channel. Going next week to Epic. What drinks and foods are your favorite? We didn't really get it.
Yeah,
We went to the
unfortunately,
eat at the Oak and Star Tavern, and I loved all the food we had there. I didn't get to have the brisket, but everybody was talking about the brisket.
But I will say
The what is that? Baked beans with the burnt ends were so good, and they had this
the mac and cheese was
mango
good,
cornbread and the mac
Yeah.
and cheese.
I will say we do have things that we're excited to try.
Yeah.
We're excited to try the mac and cheese bread cones in the Isle of Burke. We're excited to try the cinnamon bread in Dark Universe and the garlic pretzel bread is it pretzel bread in Dark Universe?
I think so.
And we're excited to try the butterbeer crepe. And
We have a whole list.
But
we have not tried any of it. So
Yeah. Those are the things we're excited to try.
do you want to read this one?
Sure. Kitra, are you going to adopt a baby dragon next time? They look so cute. I just might.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah. You could adopt a little baby dragon plush. Are they like a mystery or do you know which one you're getting?
I don't know, actually. If you could only pick one of the new lands to visit, which one?
I don't know. We've only been one time, so I don't.
I came out of it not expecting to love this land the most, but Isle of Burke, How to Train Your Dragon Land is the best. It has, first of all, it has 3 different rides. It has a show. It has
It's a
walk
meet and
walk
greet.
around dragons. Has walk around Vikings. Has Toothless. There's just so much going on. I feel like that is the coolest land.
See, I don't know which one is my favorite. Like, I really liked the Wizarding World. And it's so ironic because I don't like the Fantastic Beasts movies. Like,
Yeah.
I actively dislike them. Like, I like the creatures and stuff, but I just didn't enjoy the movies. But like that, for some reason, that land was my favorite. So I'm like, I need to rewatch all the movies.
Off topic, but when a Knots video Sunday.
Yeah, we have a new Knots video. We filmed it a few weeks ago, but it's finally coming out this weekend.
Like a week ago.
Yeah.
Nicole says, "Hey guys, how accessible did the rides seem? I want to visit the park, but I worry that I use a wheelchair. How much I would have to miss out on?" I mean, it's a new park, so I think everything is like ADA. Like they have elevators when you can't. There's stair. Like I don't know. I don't know for 100% sure.
Out. Yeah, we didn't really notice that just because we were moving so fast. But I would assume since it's a brand new park that everything would be accessible.
Yeah. I don't think you'll have issues, but we also don't know. So I don't want to say for sure. If they were able to open a Wicked Land, how do you think they would do that? Do you think they would?
Yes. I would love, I could already like imagine.
Well, the question is it going to be Emerald City or is it going to be Shiz or is it going to be both?
We've had this debate. Peter's like, you got to put Shiz in there. I think
do.
you could have both.
I think you do have both, and then you have the train take you to the Emerald City, and it'd be like Hogwarts Express.
Oh, wow. That'd be a big portal.
Yeah. Well,
But
I mean, the train doesn't actually have to move. You just get in on it.
I could already like envision the portal. It would be like green, like emerald.
It would be awesome.
Can you imagine like Glenda like floating down in a bubble?
When I saw that movie, the whole time I was like, this needs to be a theme park.
The whole time we're like, this needs to be a theme park ASAP.
Will we be in Japan next week for Celebration?
No,
Unfortunately not.
We won't.
Have fun.
Womp
I'm sorry
womp.
that we're not going to be there.
I know. All of our friends are there. I can't wait to see like all the videos and stuff from Celebration.
Most of the animatronics are pretty lifeless, and the baby dragon is just the Boston. You have not seen it in person. It was both of those things are the most impressive things I've seen in a theme park by far.
Yeah.
Like you can be like it's just a Boston Dynamics dog, but no, there's a puppeteer that's actually like puppeteering
But like,
the expression of
let's be real. Even the Boston Dynamics dog is impressive.
Yeah.
Like seeing one of those in real life, I never thought I'd have the opportunity to see it in person.
But even that doesn't like do the like the
but like
facial
you
and
don't
the
know.
eye.
It really moves, which is crazy.
Will you go for a Halloween special in Dark Universe? I'd love to spend Halloween in Dark Universe.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll make it extra spooky for Halloween time.
Do you think it'll be better during the day or at night? At night.
I cannot wait to see it at night. Let me tell you. And I'm a little sad because when we're going next week, I think the parks open a little bit later, but the sun doesn't go down until 8. And I think the parks are open till 9. So we're only going to have like 30 minutes of darkness. But hey, it's better than nothing.
Our friend's Random Recess says, is Stardust Racers really more thrilling than Velocicoaster? Kitra did not go on it.
No.
I did. I will tell you, when I got off, I said to her, like, you would have probably not.
He was
liked
like,
it.
thank God you didn't go on it. I was like, yep. I'll go on it eventually, just not.
Here's my take on it. It's more extreme than Velocicoaster. I felt like more like this is like pushing the boundary of what I can handle.
Oh, wow.
But I think I enjoyed Velocicoaster a lot more.
Oh, interesting.
It's more themed. Like there's more like that top hat moment, the Mosasaurus roll. Like here, the cool moment is the celestial spin. It's the point where like the two cars like go over each other. But I think there's more cool stuff in Velocicoaster. Both are awesome. I think if you are a coaster fanatic, you're gonna love this. But for me, as someone who likes like themed immersive experiences, the hiccuped wing gliders is by far a much better coaster.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
For me, I love it.
That's just his opinion.
Yeah, she didn't get to go on that. I think when Kitra goes on that ride, I think it'll be your favorite coaster of all time.
I'm going to go on it next week when we go. The only reason I didn't go on it is just like I was like feeling very dehydrated and like hot and like not the greatest, and I just didn't want to chance not feeling good for the rest of the day, so I opted out. But I'm going to go on it next time for sure.
Were you disappointed to see so many screens? Do you think they'll stand to what screen? Like there's screens on Ministry of Magic, but they're so well integrated into the practical elements that I literally couldn't tell where the practical ended and the screens began.
No, I think Universal has heard the complaints about the screens.
But what other rides? Like there's Dark Universe, the Monsters Unchained has screens as backdrops.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's really screens in there.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think Universal has heard the complaints of people like are kind of over the screen rides. So I think they really like took their time to develop some rides that don't incorporate this, you rely on the screens as much anymore, which I appreciated.
Yeah.
We just need a boat ride. We just need a dark boat ride.
Well, they have a boat ride we didn't go on.
Okay, well, that's like one where you get wet. I'm talking, hear me out. I want a boat ride in the Wizarding World. This is what the second ride could be. Universal, if you're watching this, you don't even, no royalties. You could just take this idea and run with it.
The only time they go on a boat in the Wizarding World is when they go to Hogwarts.
Okay. Doesn't matter. I want you to be on a boat, and I want to see all the creatures.
Kitra just wants a boat ride with creatures. She's been pitching this for Galaxy's Edge for like years.
Any land and any theme park in the world, I just want a freaking boat with creatures. That's all I want. But the Wizarding World, all the rides are scary. I just want like a fun, charming ride where nothing scary happens and you're just like, you smell butterbeer and you see creatures and like there's like
smell butterbeer.
Right? That's all I want. I don't want like Dementors
I just want Kitra
and like
to be
Death
happy.
Eaters and like.
But she is right. Why is every Harry Potter ride scary?
They're all scary.
Why can't we just have a fun magical ride?
Yeah. Well, Dean says fly to the Hippogriff. I guess that's not scary, but that's a roller coaster. I don't want a thrill. I just want a steady boat ride where nothing too scary happens. I don't even want to drop. I just want a boat ride, like Living with the Land. There you go. It's like Living with the Land, but it's all like the Wizarding World, like plants that you'd make potions with.
Do any of the rides use 3D glasses?
No.
The only one is Mario Kart has like AR glasses, but it's not 3D glasses. But I don't think it's a big deal. I was so happy to realize that Ministry of Magic didn't have 3D glasses.
Yeah, we went on Gringotts a few days later, and I was like, I love that ride, but I was annoyed that I had to wear 3D glasses.
In your opinion, what is the coolest Dark Universe merch? For me, the Burning Blade Tavern is the coolest place in Dark Universe, and they have a bunch of different like merch for that. They have like this hoodie that actually has like a bottle opener built into the hoodie.
Oh, that's so funny.
And also there's a vinyl of Danny Elfman's score for Dark Universe. Like he did the whole score for the land. I want that. We don't even, we have a record player, But yeah, that's what I would say. What did you say?
I don't know. We didn't get to look at enough. So I
You were
don't.
talking about those like little vinyl things, right?
Oh, in Dark Universe?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have some new like collectible like little figures which are pretty cute. There's a lot of good How to Train Your Dragon merch, and I think all the merch in Nintendo is awesome.
Yeah.
Didn't really get to look at the Wizarding World merch that much. We saw some of like the candy, which I want to try.
Can you rank the worlds in Epic Universe from your most favorite?
Oh my god, no.
Oh,
They're all so
no.
good. I can't wait. It's too early. I can't do that yet.
Well, I will
We
do
would
it
have
for you.
different answers.
My number 1 is How to Train Your Dragons. My number 2.
See, you can't do it because I know you liked Wizarding World.
My number 2 is probably Wizarding World. Number 3, Dark Universe. Number 4, Super Nintendo World. And I think it's only number 4 because we have a Super Nintendo World here. And if we didn't have it here, then it would be much higher.
Then it would probably be number 1.
Yeah. So I think for many people that might be their favorite, but I feel like it's kind of like when we go to Walt Disney World, we don't spend much time in Galaxy's Edge over there because we got Galaxy's Edge over here.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's weird.
Dean says poor Celestial but didn't get any love. It's a world.
And Celestial would be my least favorite.
Yeah.
What about you? Or you're not going to do it?
I can't do it because I really liked Wizarding World, but then I also really liked How to Train Your Dragon too. So I don't know.
Do you want to read this one?
Sure. Do you think on a busy day it'll feel overcrowded, or was there enough room for people to move around?
There's a lot of room.
There's
but
a lot of space.
I don't know how many people are going to pack in there.
Yeah, but there also didn't seem to be a lot of benches, so that's my only worry. Is on like a really crowded day, like hopefully there's enough places to sit.
And thank you for that. I want to say thank you to Diva for the super chat. Someone does say that Ministry does have a single rider queue built in.
Okay, that's good.
So good to know.
Catch me on that opening day.
You're gonna go without me?
Yeah.
What the heck?
Who cares?
I'm confused why they did 2 main rides with similar ride systems and that aren't. Well, that's the only ride in that park with the Kuka arm.
Yeah, the Ministry ride is totally different.
Yeah. And it feels different than Forbidden Journey, in my mind. Feels way different. Were you able to see any of the nighttime entertainment vibes? We did not. We were not in there during the nighttime, unfortunately. Keith, thank you so much. Do you want to read this one?
Yeah, this is more of a general universal question. Does the VIP experience feel rushed? How does the 4 hours single park versus 7 hour 2 experience differ? So we've only done the VIP tour in Hollywood, and then we've done it during HHN, and then we did it this time for Epic. But
this time was like a different thing for media, so I don't think we can judge.
So we're not really sure, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I don't think it would feel rushed. I think they get you wherever you need to go.
I think VIP tour is all about people that want to do rides. So if you want to get on all the rides and you want to get on them fast, if you're more like us, where you're about the vibes and you like want to like explore and like do the wand stuff, whatever, you're going to want to buy a day that you can do that stuff. But if you want to get all the rides done, I think, my opinion. Sorry, I'm looking here. What are you looking forward to the most when you go back to Epic Universe?
Trying all the food. Being in some of the lands more. I think the land that we spend the most time in was the Isle of Berk. So I'm excited to spend more time in Dark Universe, spend more time in Nintendo, more time in Celestial Park. What about you?
Food is number one priority. There's so much food that looks good there.
Because if the food is good at this park, it's going to be a game changer. If the food is not good.
Did we see Tim at Epic Universe? We did. I think I raced him on Stardust Racers.
Oh, really? That's so fun.
We won.
Oh,
I told him. I yelled across the way. I'm like, Tim, taking you down. But yeah, we saw him a couple times.
That's
but
funny.
we were both kind of like, we were in different groups, so we didn't really get a chance to like hang out that much. Do you want to read this one? Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, you two, love the epic video. We are going Easter Sunday to film because we got an AP preview. Wait, when's Easter Sunday? Is that coming up?
I don't know.
Is that next weekend?
Maybe.
Oh my gosh, how exciting. I'm so excited for you. You're going to have so much fun. Wait, now I'm curious. When's Easter?
I don't know. John says, where did you get the sweet Back to the Future jacket? I think you're talking about this. It's a Spirit jersey. I got it at Universal at the theme park.
Yeah. I love that Spirit jersey. Oh yeah, it is next weekend.
Do you have a favorite walk around character that you interacted with?
We didn't really get to see that many walk around characters.
We didn't see any in Dark Universe,
yeah, which
for
I was
whatever
kind of
reason.
sad about.
But is Toothless a walk around character?
Are the baby dragons a walk around character?
That would be my question. My question to you. Although all the Vikings were cool.
I will say I do really want to meet Donkey Kong. That was the one that I was a little sad that we didn't get to see.
Yeah. Someone says, make sure you tell them you want the butterbeer crepe warmed up.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to try that tip.
Pro tip. They serve it to you cold? Interesting.
Ninja, thank you so much. Says we appreciate your content and watch you all the time.
Thank you so
thank
much.
you so much for watching. Again, like we said, we wouldn't have been there if it wasn't for you guys, and we are very appreciative.
Yeah, the fact that you guys watch is just, I still can't believe it.
Yeah. Sorry, a lot of the same questions are being asked. Why is Siri listening to me? Do all the major rides use lockers? I don't know that, but all the roller coasters definitely have lockers, and then there's like, I think Ministry has a locker. Like anything that would be dangerous to have, it has lockers.
Yeah. Someone asked about my pop socket. It's Chippendale. I got it from popsocket.com, and it's magnetic.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I feel like Jessica should be answering all these questions. I
Jessica,
don't know.
We should have invited her on the live stream.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't think she's probably allowed to, but I feel like I don't know. We don't know the answers to all these questions.
I'm so sorry, guys. When we go next week, we're gonna try to spend as much time as possible in the parks and see as much as we can.
Thank you so much to Socks. It says, do you think they will add more Nintendo IPs like Legend of Zelda or Pokemon?
So
I know.
I want Animal Crossing.
I know a lot of people are noticing that there's a Nintendo store and there's like a stained glass thing of Zelda and Link. So a lot of people are like theorizing.
If we got a Zelda Land, I wouldn't be mad at it. But I think any more Nintendo Land will be awesome. I really want Animal Crossing. I don't think that'll ever happen. Like maybe in Japan.
That'd be cute.
Yeah.
Your photography is so gorgeous. One day I would love the video showing your behind the scenes.
Oh, thank you.
Well, thank you so much.
That's all him.
I will say it was really challenging to get a video that captured like the cinematic nature of Epic Universe on this day because we were running.
Well, you did a good job.
Well, thank you. You did a good. Well, we both did a good job editing this one. This one we both edited.
Yeah, Peter helped me this time. Thank God. We would have not gotten it out on time if you didn't.
Do you want to read? Thank you so much, Allie. Do you want to read this?
Oh, sure.
Oh, it's a super sticker. Well, thank you.
Oh, thank you. So cute.
Okay, instead, read this one from Timmy. Thank you, Timmy.
Oh, I hope no one content created weren't invited. Don't use your footage without permission again. Oh, are people
using footage without permission?
Unfortunately, that's something that we can't really control.
I see that more on shorts. Like,
yeah.
I know our friend Kevin just had like this viral short, and like I've seen it on like Threads and Instagram.
Same with Patrick.
Patrick Dougal. Yeah, he had a bunch that were like viral, and like people are stealing them.
Yeah.
So I
wish there was a way to like prevent that, but unfortunately, it is what it is.
I don't think anybody's used our footage without permission. I think
they might have. Who knows?
I don't know.
The internet's a big place.
Yeah. Bethany, thank you so much. I love you guys so much. You make my days brighter.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Trying to catch up.
You got this. You got this.
Did I hear Universal bought Epcot? You did not hear that. That's not true. Definitely not true. With the escalator portal into Super Nintendo. Whoa. Why is it not going? With the escalator portal into Super Mario, how does that work for strollers and wheelchairs?
I think they have
an elevator.
Yeah. As well. I will say I did like that portal, like the escalator. Peter didn't like it. I thought it was cool.
I don't dislike it. It just feels like it's like a man-made, like a human
I loved it. I thought it was
thing
genius.
in the Mario world, and I feel like it doesn't. I don't know.
I thought it was cool
It was a cool experience going up, and
because it
like
was like such a good reveal.
yeah. Al Burke seems like the sleeper hit. Everyone who has gone says it's great. Yeah, it surprised everybody, I think.
Yeah, even if I highly suggest watching those movies because they're amazing. But even if you've never seen the movies, that land is awesome.
Adrian says there's a ground level entrance / exit up the right of the portal entrance just as you enter. So there you go. That's how you get there. Could you spend the whole day in Burke?
Probably.
We probably will.
Yeah.
I think most people probably won't spend the whole day in one land, but we probably will for content purposes and in filming like a whole.
Honestly, those are some of my favorite videos. Like whenever we spend a whole day in Avengers Campus or a whole day in Galaxy's Edge or whatever, like I love that because it makes like you really realize how amazing those lands are.
Yeah. Jose, thank you so much. Any thoughts on Universal Great Britain?
Ooh, excited.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited. They haven't officially announced or did they announce what the
No, the BBC reported some stuff, but I'm not sure if that's accurate.
People are speculating.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see once they announce more details.
Did you guys stay at Terra Luna? What was the experience like? We're staying there in June. We liked it.
We did stay at Terra Luna. I will say out of all the Universal hotels, it wasn't my favorite. It wasn't bad. I
like the modern space design of it.
The outside is so cool.
The cafeteria is cool. I think I like Dockside better because it's cheaper, and I like it has stuff that Terra Luna didn't have a desk in the room.
Didn't have a Starbucks.
It doesn't have a Starbucks. I feel like I like Dockside more.
Yeah. But it wasn't bad. We're going to stay at Stella Nova next time.
Do you think Epic will be open late? I hope so because it looks so amazing.
But Universal doesn't really stay open that late, so who knows?
Are you guys going on Star of the Seas? Yes.
Yes, we are.
One of the sailings. We have it booked. Reza says he hopes the next portal is for Jason Bourne universe. What would even that be?
Yeah.
I don't think so, Reza. I'm not sure about that idea.
See, I want Wicked. I want Lord of the Rings. Those are the two I would really love.
Dustin says, did you guys go on the carousel? We didn't.
No.
I've seen video of it, and it was
so
cool. Much cooler than I thought. I thought it was just going to be a normal carousel, but you get on it, and you go up, it looks like 6 feet up in the air.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
wow.
It looks insane. I could be wrong. I don't.
Oh, I'm excited to go on that. Yeah. Maybe we'll rope drop that.
Hold on, I'm trying to catch up here. What's better, the Dragon Epic Universe or the Duckling Droid?
Honestly, Toothless.
Toothless, but okay. What if you're comparing the Night Lights versus the Duckling Droids? I don't know. I don't know what to say there.
They're both great.
The thing I like about the Duckling Droids is, at least right now, the Nightlight kind of just stays in a corner and you can't kind of go near it. Duckling Droids, they walk through Galaxy's Edge. And, you can get up close to them and stuff. So I think that's cool.
Don't make me choose.
Yeah. I would assume they would use the same ride mechanics from Forbidden Journey if they made a Wicked ride.
I don't know what the ride for Wicked would be.
Yeah, I don't know either. I do know that
it would probably be a coaster.
One of the rides would be some kind of flat ride because that library where the things spin. I feel like that would be like one of those kind of cool spinning.
That would be fun.
Yeah, I mean you wouldn't do it because it spins.
No, maybe. Who knows?
If you were coming from overseas for the first time to Orlando and not likely to return, how many days would you spend in each Universal park? What would you say? I'm going to put on the AC. It's getting hot in here with the lights.
I would say maybe 5 days total.
Well, it depends. Do you want to go to Volcano Bay?
Oh, shoot.
If you want to go to Volcano Bay, I would say 1 day in each of the other parks. That 3 legacy parks. So 3 days for the legacy parks, and then 2
in
days
Epic.
for Epic. So I'd say 5 days
Yeah,
total.
I would say definitely go to Volcano Bay. Universal doesn't have the rights to Lord of the Rings. Oh, really? Dang it. They could buy them.
This is a good point from Jacob. I think Stardust has to be at a night experience to be judged fairly against Velocicoaster. It'll look so cool at night because like the tracks aren't lit up. It's only the car.
Yeah.
So it's going to look like a shooting comet.
I can't wait to see that at night.
I think that would be cool.
You'll have to go on it and report back.
Why me?
Because you have fun on that.
Yeah. Theme Park Express says that the screens in the Ministry ride are so high definition that they don't look like your typical screens that people are used to. Like they look real.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's insane. It's like I've not seen anything like it before. Rise of the Resistance has a ton of screens, has backdrops, and is still one of the greatest rides of all time. It's all about the implementation. Glad to hear the ride's passed your test.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there are some screens on that ride.
Yeah.
But Ministry is just different. And Monsters, you'll have to see.
Do you want to answer this one?
Sure. Did Monsters Unchained have any jump scares? So we didn't go through the normal line, so I'm not sure about in the queue. I heard that there might be a jump scare in the queue.
Yeah.
But in the ride itself, there was definitely some surprising moments, but nothing really like scared me. It was more like just fun.
Yeah. Do you think Epic Universe is worth traveling to?
Yes.
I feel like
There's
I wouldn't.
Nothing in the world like it.
Yes, but I feel like I wouldn't plan a trip just for Epic Universe, but I think Universal Orlando is worth traveling to. And Epic Universe being a part of that.
Especially if you've never been in Nintendo World.
Yeah. Isabella, thank you so much. Says 1 day Epic trip. What should we prioritize with Express?
Monsters Unchained.
Monsters Unchained, 100%. That's your number one priority. I'd probably say stay at a Universal Hotel, rope drop either Donkey Kong or Ministry.
Mm-hmm.
So you get that done without waiting 7 hours in a line. What else? What else should she prioritize?
Well, there's not many more rides because you said there was no Express for Donkey Kong.
For you, because you don't do roller coasters, but I think like Stardust Racers is going to be very popular.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like roller coasters, prioritize that.
Yeah.
I would say the Hiccups Wing Gliders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Make sure to save time to do all the shows too.
100%. Jan says thank you, and we say thank you back to you.
Thank you, Jan.
Did you spend time in Donkey Kong Land? We had 30 minutes, and we
did
basically
not
rode
spend
the ride.
enough time. Barely got to see anything.
We'll be back.
Yeah.
Would you recommend Epic for someone who has never been to Universal?
Yes.
Before? Yes.
It's a good place to start.
I mean, as long as you like any of those properties, I think you'll have a fun time.
Yeah.
And even if you don't, you could go to Ministry of Magic, the Wizarding World Paris, not have seen the Fantastic Beasts movies, not even seen Harry Potter, and you could still love it. It's the same way as Galaxy's Edge. I feel like you can still love and explore and find things to love about that land without being a Star Wars fan.
Totally.
Your tour was a media tour, not a traditional pace. Correct. Or that's from Jessica. Yes. Yeah. So I don't know what the typical pace is. I don't know what that entails. Did Hiccup agree that Pixel looks like Toothless?
He did. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's undeniable.
Thank you so much, Rossas. Thanks for answering my question. Love the channel.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for asking a question.
Yeah.
I love that you guys are being so interactive and asking so many questions. Hopefully we've had helpful answers.
Yeah. Is it true that they're opening a Creature of the Black Lagoon boat ride? They have not announced anything. They're not building anything. I would love that.
Give it to me. I would love it.
Pixel needs a dragon theme song. Are we going to FanFest nights? We are in Universal in Hollywood.
That's coming up pretty soon. And we're actually getting a sneak peek really soon that I think we're going to be able to film.
Dean says he ate at Toadstool, at the Meat Hall, and Oakenstar, at all 3 places were killers.
Nice. Yeah, you can't go wrong with Toadstool. We love Toadstool.
Right Down Main Street has a food video. We saw it. It's good. I want to see more food.
I was mad that she didn't try the cinnamon bread.
Yeah. What the heck, Kristen? What the heck?
Kimberly says, Kitra, will you be getting on the rides you didn't get on last time? Sorry, I saw you keep asking that question. I think so. I don't know about Stardust Racers, but I think I'm going to go on the How to Train Your Dragon coaster. Maybe the Werewolf coaster. I don't know.
How kid-friendly is Epic? Which would you recommend for a first-timer?
Out of the Universal parks, I think it's probably the most kid-friendly because you have How to Train Your Dragon and Nintendo. Right?
I don't know. I don't think like a... Because Islands of Adventure has Seuss. I mean, it depends on how old your kids are.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how old your kid. But there was a whole like land where the like a playground in How to Train Your Dragon that we really didn't get to look at.
That boat ride looks cool. The coaster, I feel like it's going to be like...
There's lots of shows you could go sit down and watch.
Yeah.
Right? I guess all the other rides are kind of intense and the kid wouldn't be able to go on them.
I'm wondering how intense Dragon Racers Rally is. Does your stomach drop? We didn't get to go on it, so I do not know.
We're going to definitely... That was one that I was kind of sad. I'm going to do that when we go next time.
Do you travel with an extra pair of glasses in case you come off during a ride, which happens, Christopher? I do not. I have sunglasses.
I actually do.
On. You do?
Yeah. Ever since that happened to Chris.
Devil says, "Are you guys going to Fan Fest or for the Back to the Future?" Yes, we will be there.
So excited.
I'm very excited. Back to the Future is my favorite movie of all time, so I'm psyched for that. You couldn't?
No.
Do we have any cruises booked for the next year? We're excited about Star of the Seas and Disney Adventure. Mm-hmm. We did have Disney Destiny booked, but we are canceling it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do that one next year.
Sorry, I'm trying to look for questions here. Digging through the comments.
You got this.
Do you think any of these worlds will feel empty when the parks open up and the public, since it seems to be 2 rides? I think it's going to feel busy. I don't think any of them are going to feel empty because there's going to be lots of people.
No, I think there's so much to do that. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see though.
Hold on. They need to open an Animal Crossing cafe or something.
I know.
Kitra would love that.
Want one I would lose my mind. I would absolutely not recover if they did any sort of Animal Crossing.
Dean, I'm not going to read this one out loud because it might be a spoiler for some people, but I did see it. It was very cool. A construction update on our place. Things are going along smoothly. We are I want to say 90% done.
I think they're 90% done. Yeah, so that'll be exciting.
How is Disney going to compete? Is this going to push the 5th gate? I don't think we're going to get a 5th gate, but I think this coming out is going to push Disney to do more, and the people that are going to win is going to be us.
Yeah.
We're going to be the winners.
Fans are going to win.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to make another park. I would love if they did. Can you imagine? But I think they're just going to do the plans that they've announced. Hopefully they even do that.
Sorry, I'm trying to catch up here. Do you want to read this one?
Sure. Jay says, me and my dad love your videos. Sorry if this was already asked, but is Epic Universe worth traveling to? Depends on how far you're traveling from, but I would say if you're planning a trip to Orlando, add it to your list.
Yeah, I'd spend 1 or 2 days there if you're going to Orlando.
Just because it's, it's the latest, greatest thing, and it is so just unlike any other theme park in the area, in my opinion.
Magic City Adventures, thank you so much. Did you guys see Adam the Woo there? We did not. Adam is still not allowed at the Universal Parks. Hope that one day that changes. Over in Orlando, he's allowed over here in Hollywood. And I think he was out of town when we were there.
Oh, was he?
Now he's in like Korea or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's going to go to Japan.
The portal to Wicked Land should be a tornado.
Oh my God, that's a great idea.
The screen in the inside should be like a tornado.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
I love that.
There could be like I just had an idea. There could be like a hot air balloon ride where you go up in the hot air balloon.
Yeah. Well, when they were doing
that would be cool.
Oz the Great and Powerful, that was a Disney movie that had Robert Downey Jr. as Oz.
Mm-hmm.
I visited the set, and they told us on set that the Imagineers had visited the set, and they wanted to make a ride based on like the balloon thing. Yeah. But that movie was not successful, so that never happened.
Yeah. Or like a ride where you get sucked up into a tornado, and then you like land in Munchkinland.
What is our favorite hotel near Universal and Disney World?
So the hotel that we always stay at is Dockside at Universal. That's our ride or die. I'd say we stay there almost every single time we go to Orlando.
I think it's that because it's just such a great value, especially with our annual passes. We can usually get a night there like for $70 a night.
It's cheap. It's reliable. They always have a room available. And honestly, it's great. Yeah. We love it.
But if you wanted to do like a resort, you wanted to like be at a resort, like I would think one of the deluxe Disney resorts, like Animal Kingdom, that's kind of off in the corner. If you want to like
ball out and do something bougie.
Yeah, which one would you pick?
I mean, there's so many that we haven't even stayed at.
I like the Boardwalk.
I would pick like the Polynesian, even though we've never stayed there.
Yeah.
But yeah, somewhere, one of the ones close to Epcot or Animal Kingdom is awesome. Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Bethany, thank you so much.
The cabins at Fort Wilderness were amazing.
Does Toothless make the same sounds like in the movie? Yes.
He's just a little guy.
How is getting from the hotel to the park? Well, if you stay at Helios, you can literally walk into the park from the hotel.
Yeah.
But we were bussed in on a special media bus. So I don't have an answer for you.
Yeah.
It's not far though. You can literally see it out your window. So I'm sure it's very short bus ride.
Someone says that was James Franco, not Robert Downey Jr. LOL.
Oh yes.
I was like
James
thinking
Franco.
that when you said that, I was like, I'm pretty sure that wasn't Robert.
It was written for Robert Downey Jr. and then James Franco did it. Yes.
I've never seen that movie. Unlimited.
When does it open to the public? May 22nd.
May 22nd is opening day.
And I think opening day is sold out.
Wow. May 22nd is going to be here so soon. It's going to be so hot.
If we're going to compare Epic to Disney, wouldn't it be most accurate to compare it to something like Fantasy Springs? Well, Fantasy Springs is only 4 rides? Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is like 11 rides, 2 shows. It's much bigger. It's hard to compare.
I mean, Fantasy Springs would be like one of the portals, maybe.
Yeah, it's like one of the portals. Yeah. It's that level of theming, though. Like, every world inside Epic Universe is the level of theming that you've come to expect from, like, Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade. Like, all the, like, the Harry... Like, Pandora, Galaxy's Edge. It's like, they went hard. Yeah. CNET ruined the magic of the baby dragon for me by explaining what's under the cute exterior.
It shouldn't ruin it for you because I knew too, but it's still, when you see it in person, you'll be excited.
I think when you're there in person, like when I grew up, I used to watch like this special called Movie Magic. It was on every week on TV, and it would show you how like the movies were made. When I saw those movies, it didn't ruin the magic seeing like Christopher Reeves on a green screen set and then seeing how they made him fly. Like when you're in the movie and you're in the moment, you believe. Do you know what I mean? I feel like when you see these characters in real life, you emotionally believe that they're real dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the dragons flying, the drones.
Out of all the portals, wait, I just lost that. I don't know where that was. How is the drops in Battle of the Ministry?
Not that bad. I was worried, but they're not that bad.
Yeah.
They're not like big drops like Tower of Terror. They're just like kind of like movement like all over the place.
Yeah. Holden Price, thank you so much. Says my boyfriend and I are huge fans, and I love watching your videos. If you could add one ride to How to Train Your Dragon Land,
Oh my gosh,
what would you add? I mean, I would add a cute boat ride where you see the dragon.
You stole my answer, you thief.
You didn't say it out loud.
I mean, obviously a ride that you're like riding on a dragon, right?
Oh, so kind of like a Flight of Passage,
or like the ET ride.
Oh, I would like to have a dark ride though. I don't know what that would be.
Yeah, like the ET ride.
Yeah,
but you're just on a dragon.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind something like Flight of Passage.
Oh no, this one's hard. How would you rank the 7 major parks in Orlando? We can't do that.
Don't make me do it.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know.
It's so hard.
I don't know. I will say that people keep on trying to compare Epic Universe against other theme parks. And I see a lot of people being like, Epic Universe is the best theme park of all time. And I think it's not fair to compare Epic Universe to, for example, our favorite park of all time is probably Disneyland.
Yeah, 100%.
And Disneyland.
Or Disney Sea in Tokyo.
Disneyland's had how many years?
70.
70 years of expansions and stuff. Disneyland opened with 11 rides. 11 rides. 11 rides? I think 11 rides. Just like Epic Universe. The 11 rides that Epic Universe opened with are much better than the 11 rides Disneyland opened with. But I think it's unfair to compare a park that like a Disneyland that has like 30 rides to Epic Universe, which is a new park that only has 11. Like, are the rides, I think if you gave a grade to every single ride in Epic Universe and every single world in Epic Universe, and you average that out, it would have a better average than any theme park in the world, including Tokyo Disney Sea. Does that mean that Epic Universe is a better theme park than Tokyo Disney Sea? I would say no. It
depends on what kind of ride you like. Like,
yeah,
there's a lot of roller coasters at Epic Universe.
Yeah,
but even me, someone who doesn't enjoy going on roller coasters, I still love that park because there's so much theming.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, people need to realize that this is an opening day park, and in the next 10, 20 years, they're going to get expansion. They already said they're already working on stuff for expansion.
It's just going to get bigger and better.
Yeah. So it's like, it's hard to compare that against a park that's been there for 30 years, 70 years. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what? What's up?
Nothing.
Is there anything at Epic that you could see coming to Universal Studios Hollywood in the future in some way, shape, or form?
I think a lot of people are hoping that Dark Universe.
That would be awesome because Hollywood is the birthplace of the Universal monsters.
So I think if we got like some sort of, if we got Monsters Unchained, that would be cool.
Does Helios give early entry? I believe it gives early entry after it opens on May 22nd. Thank you so much to Ronnie. Says, who's Hunter Schafer?
I don't know.
But
I'll take it.
Sure. Are you guys going to do a video on the monster makeup experience? I think we will.
Oh, are we?
Probably. You got your makeup done on Star Cruiser. We got to see how it compares.
Yeah, that's true.
That'd be funny if you got like the same makeup artist.
Yeah.
Yeah. The streetmosphere in the world is top notch and helps you do more of the. Yes, there's like going in the Wizarding World and having like there's students from 3 different Wizarding schools. There's an aura from the French Ministry. There's like just you run into characters, the Vikings and Isle of Bark. There's like you could really spend a whole day in Ministry of Magic, like doing the wand stuff and everything. Do you want to read this one?
Sure. Happy Friday. Yes. TGIF. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thanks
you,
for
Video
hanging out
Sound.
with us. I realize that also it's like Coachella weekend. So like, thanks for choosing us over Coachella. And if you have both playing at the same time, I don't blame you.
To do Epic in one day, how much time for Portal do you reckon? I can't imagine doing it in one day, to be honest.
Well, if the park is only open 10 hours, I can't do math, but spend like 2 hours in each portal.
Kitra says to Jessica Hall, you are amazing with all your information for each land. Really made the video so much more insightful. She had so much more that we just didn't. We had to cut the video down to like an hour. But like she had like spiels in every single land and every single ride. And like if we said anything interesting about like the rides, maybe it was probably us stealing it from her.
We just
repeated what she said.
Stole the information she told us.
Yeah, we just stole everything she said. Sorry, I'm getting behind here. What is the best theme park in Florida? I don't know.
I don't know. Obviously, like the Peppa Pig Park.
Bernie, thank you so much. Says, out of all the portals, which one would be the easiest to rebrand for another IP? For instance, How to Train Your Dragon is great, but how long can Universal milk that? I think How to Train Your Dragon is going to become like one of their big franchises. I think that franchise, those 3 animated films have made so much money. This summer, they're coming out with a live action movie. They've already greenlit the sequel. They're probably going to do 3 of those. I don't think
they'll probably do like a 4th animated one too, would be my guess eventually.
I mean, it is an interesting question because Universal Studios Florida, almost every single part of that has been redone.
Mm-hmm.
So everything from like when it opened in the 90s has been new things there. I don't know if they can do that with Epic though.
I mean, they could change it to Lord of the Rings eventually if they need to. Right?
I don't know if that fits.
Or Zelda.
I think I don't think they could rebrand any of those lands. I think you'd literally have to
tear it down.
Yeah. I don't think they're gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they would do that with any of those lands?
I don't know. I mean, we're not going to be alive forever, so who knows? Probably eventually when we're long gone. We'll have like a Mr. Beast land and like
maybe someday. Is How to Train Your Dragon based on movie 1 or 2? I think it's based on all 3 of them because you have the Nightlights, which are from movie 3.
Yeah, I think it's based between movies 2 and 3 is what I've been told. But to be honest, I don't remember.
Didn't the Nightlights get born in 3?
I don't know. I was just
remember.
From other videos that I've watched, that's what people have been saying. So maybe their information's wrong.
I don't know. It's been a while.
I honestly don't remember what happens in those movies, to be honest.
I remember what happens, but I don't remember what happens in each of the movies. Hold on, I'm trying to. Santiago says, "I'm afraid Epic is going to disappoint me. Is Super Nintendo area bigger than Hollywood? Area is so small and crowded. It is bigger, but it's going to be crowded still.
Yeah, it's still going to be crowded.
Yeah, that is going to be popular.
But it's way bigger than Hollywood. Hollywood got the short end of the stick, and to be honest, it's makes me mad.
So it has Mario Kart. You have a bunch of different like power band challenges in different areas. You have the Yoshi ride, which is like a people mover, dark ride, and then you have a whole Donkey Kong land with that coaster. Is there a land that would benefit from another ride soon?
Harry Potter.
I want secretly. I mean, not secretly because I'm saying it here. Dark Universe needs another ride, but Harry Potter also needs another ride.
Both of those
lands need another ride, in my opinion. But I think like that doesn't mean that they're incomplete. They're just, it feels like they need one more ride. Do you think rides will have breakdowns often with all the tech and animatronics of the content? I think when you're pushing the boundary in a way that Universal is with some of these rides, just like Disney has with Rise of the Resistance and Mickey's Runaway, you're going to have. It's just a matter of like it's just gonna happen. If you want to push the boundary, there's gonna be issues.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see unfold. You would think that they'd have like plans in place.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to. There's a lot of questions here that are the same. Justin, thank you so much. One, love y'all. Two was the tour y'all took at Epic. What the VIP tour will eventually be at Open, or more of a custom one-off thing for
the
bloggers?
one that we did on our media day was custom for us.
Yeah.
So the one that if you want to do a VIP tour on opening day, it's going to be completely different. But I still, like we said earlier, I think the VIP tour, you're going to get to do a lot of things. And if you want to do ride, that's probably the way to go.
I'm wondering how many rides will be included on that 4-hour tour.
Probably the most popular ones. And then whichever ones that people really want to do the most would be my guess.
If anybody in the chat happens to know, let us know.
6, she says.
6? That's good.
Yeah. So that's a pretty good chunk.
I mean, it took us a while to do 6, but I think we were also filming and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to read this one?
Yeah. Oh, love your videos. Shout out to my soon-to-be wife, Diana. Shout out, Diana. Oh, congratulations, you guys.
Our friend Drew Taylor is here. He probably is gone by now, but thanks for showing up, Drew. We appreciate you.
Oh.
Did you do any of the interactive Wanda spots?
No.
You saw the one that we tried to do with the Niffler. And then there was also one in our video of that creature coming out of the water fountain. Yeah.
We need to buy one of the new wands when we go. We had the old wand. Did anyone ask them how Epic compares to Disney Sea? I think it's on par, theming wise, with Disney Sea. I still think Disney Sea is, personally, I like it better. But
I think especially when you're in Mysterious Island, I don't think there's anything at the level of Mysterious Island in Epic. But that's not to say that Epic isn't awesome.
Yeah.
Epic is awesome. Disney Sea's on the freaking another level.
Disney Sea's on its own planet.
Yeah. Do you want to read this one?
Sure. Best theme park oh my gosh, you guys. Obviously Animal Kingdom.
See, because we're from California, we have Disneyland and DCA. I think we
like Epcot and Animal Kingdom the most.
They're the most different from what we have here.
So I'd say those two and Epic all combined.
Yeah.
Dean says fun spot.
It's weird now because I think before we could go to Florida and decide to just go to Disney parks, or sometimes trips we would just go to Universal parks.
We're gonna be so
I feel like now every trip I have to go to Epic.
Yeah, we have to. It's mandatory.
Yeah. Can you tell us how you came up with the name Ordinary Adventures?
We were driving in the car to go shoot our first video, and we came up with the name in 5 minutes, and I couldn't even tell you what our other choices were, and we chose that, and that's our name.
Yeah. And I do want to say, because a lot of people, I feel like, misunderstand the name. The name was a joke. We literally, our first video was going to the premiere of Avengers Endgame? Mm-hmm. Or was it Infinity War? Endgame. So
was it Infinity War?
Whatever it was. But the idea was that, Ordinary Adventures was us underplaying that. These were the highlights. These were the cool things in our life. We were going to do one video a week or one a couple a month or something like that. And it wasn't Ordinary Adventures. The idea, the name was,
it was just two ordinary people doing fun stuff every once in a while.
Yeah. But then the pandemic happened, and then we got locked down,
Then
and
it became really
then it
ordinary.
was Ordinary
Yeah.
Adventures, but that was never the intention of what we were trying to do.
I'd love to go back and watch those videos.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Do the portals? Wait, oh, you want to read that?
Yeah, and I just want to say, I know we're really far behind. I see some people asking. I apologize.
I'm not that far behind.
Did the portals for the lands live up to the hype compared to when the idea was first announced? Yes. The portals were freaking awesome. Genius idea. Universal really took that one to the bank.
Yeah.
They said, you know what? We got an idea. And I think they executed it amazingly. And it's such a good idea because you could plop any freaking portal in there and like, you know what I mean?
See, that's the thing is like usually theme parks have a concept. There's like Animal Kingdom, there's Epcot, there's Magic Kingdom, which is like do you know what I mean? Like they usually have a concept, and like the originally Disney California Adventure was like California.
Yeah. This one you could just put anything you want in there.
It's just portals to worlds. But I think also the genius thing about this is if you've ever been to Disney California Adventure and you've gone to Cars Land and you go into that arch and you go through that hole of the arch and you're in Radiator Springs, each of those portals act as that like hole.
Or like when you go into Galaxy's Edge,
yeah,
like that reveal.
Yeah, so each of those things have like a big reveal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If we are annual pass holders to Universal Studios, are we able to use our discount on merch and food and Epic? I think so.
I think we didn't try, but I would assume so.
I believe so because I know the makeup experience, they take the annual pass.
Oh, that's good.
So, someone asked if you could walk from Terra Luna to Epic Universe. Currently, you cannot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can walk from Stella Nova to Epic Universe.
I think you can. You just have to go down the street more to cross it.
You can't.
Oh, I saw a map on Twitter that somebody like drew how to get there.
Well, I thought someone said that they tried it and they couldn't.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe
there's no crosswalks yet.
Would a VIP tour be worth it at Epic?
Yes.
I mean, if you want to get on 6 rides in 4 hours, that's a good deal. And then you get like VIP treatment from someone like Jessica, and you get all the information. Can you let us know if the adoptable baby dragons you get to pick?
Yes, we'll check that out for sure when we go.
Yeah, I'm sure Kitra will want to adopt a dragon.
I have to. Come on.
Sorry. Love your channel. So I hear that people still have to park at Universal Parking Garage, then we bus over to Epic Universe.
I think there's a parking lot.
Yeah, they have a parking lot.
I don't know if it's open yet, but I think they built a parking lot.
I don't know, but I think there's a parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking for.
Do you know how many I cut out of our videos?
Lots. Sorry, there's no questions here. Are all the buildings in Epic actually places you can go into? Hate how you can't go into some of the buildings in Universal Hollywood. Some of them are facades. Like you go into the Ministry of Magic in Paris, and some of those buildings are obviously hiding the show building or hiding the show. So not all of them are places you can go
But you
into.
can go into some of them. Yeah. Obviously the restaurants, the shops, the wand store.
Yeah. Is this the end of the Harry Potter worlds?
I don't know.
I don't know what more they can do. The cool thing about this ride...
They need to make a Harry Potter hotel is what they needed.
Yeah, but the cool thing about this ride is it takes place after the movies.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think they can do anything more.
They could.
Unless it like goes to Cursed Child or something like that.
I mean, I feel like there's parts of the movie that they haven't tapped into yet.
Like
right?
what? What locations would you like them to go to?
The Forbidden Forest.
Oh, that would be cool.
I don't know. Um,
Sorry, I'm not.
um.
See, it's easier when I have super jets. I can just go to that.
You got this.
Uh,
Uh,
does you? Do you want to read that?
yeah. Does Super Nintendo World at Epic Universe have the exact same layout as Osaka? No.
Not the same exact, but
Osaka is like, they're very, very similar, but I think it's slightly different if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I feel like this one feels a little bit bigger and the layout is slightly different, but I'd say it's like 90% the same.
do the Universal Parks do anything equivalent to hidden Mickeys? If so, do you see them at Epic? There's not a thing that's all over Universal Parks that's like hidden Mickeys, but like for instance, in Super Nintendo World, we pointed this out in a video. There's like hidden Pikmin, which are like a Nintendo property,
which is fun.
But then outside of that, Universal likes to do a lot of Easter eggs.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go into the Christmas store, you might find Earl the Squirrel somewhere there.
Oh,
or you might, like when you're in the Monsters Unchained, you might find Easter eggs to HHN characters and so yeah. So
That's
they do
fun.
references to their
Yeah.
own things, but not like one. There's not like a hidden globe or a hidden.
They should start doing that. That'd be fun.
What part of Epic Universe actually took your breath away, shocked you?
Everything. Honestly, Isle of Berk and Wizarding World.
Yeah, what didn't shock us? And I think maybe
Probably
it
just
was
Nintendo because
Nintendo
we've
because
been there
we've
before.
experienced it.
But if you've never been to Nintendo, that will your head will explode.
What's the one thing you want everyone to feel coming out of Epic?
I don't want anyone to have a sunburn or be dehydrated or have sore feet. I want everyone to be happy.
I think everybody's going to come out astonished.
Yeah. I think people are going in, and even though there's high expectations, they will exceed that. I truly feel that way.
What did you all do for a living before YouTube? I ran a movie website called slashfilm.com. It was a site I founded almost 20 years ago. Actually, 20 years ago.
Wow.
And I ran that for over 15 years. And that was at one time the biggest independently owned movie news website. I would go like cover movie premieres, go to film festivals, go visit movie sets. And Kitra,
I didn't do anything that cool.
she was an animal caretaker for a celebrity.
I watched animals. I did a bunch of retail jobs. I've done restaurant jobs. Nothing that exciting.
Yeah.
This is by far the best job I've ever had, and I'm so incredibly grateful every day that this is my life.
I think she's downplaying it. She took care of like a whole bunch of lemur monkeys.
Yeah.
And
that that's such like a Hollywood thing. Like that's not a normal experience.
But I'm saying that's a cool job.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah. I've worked at Starbucks.
What was your personal wow moment the second you knew that this park was on another level? I think when we first went into Isle of Berk.
Mm-hmm.
But probably meeting Toothless. I know, going on Ministry of Magic. That was our first ride. I came off of that. Going through the queue, I was like, this is incredible.
I was like,
and the ride was like better, one of the best rides of all time.
Yeah. We really had a good start.
Yeah. Which portal design is your favorite?
I think for right now, my favorite is Wizarding World. Or portal design. Dark Universe.
I think my favorite portal design would be Dark Universe.
Yeah.
Alyssa says, I think we're going to go and request Jessica for our guide. Yes.
Everybody request Jessica.
Yeah. I don't know if that's something you could do, but you could try.
I think you can.
Yeah, probably. Podcast of the Ride episode today talked about Epic. Can't wait to hear what that. Yeah, we got to listen.
I didn't even know that they went. How exciting.
I think that was when they were at the Tappers thing, that video.
Fun.
Any plans for May the 4th? We don't have any plans currently.
Probably go to Disneyland, but
maybe.
I don't know.
Dean wants a Voldemort musical.
Who are you growling at? Are you growling at us? I think we're gonna go a little bit longer. Gizmo's getting impatient. He like literally just started growling. He was like,
Do you know when sit-down restaurant reservations will open for Epic Universe? I do not know that.
God, I didn't even think of the sit-down restaurants.
Yeah.
That's like another thing to add to our list.
What about an underwater Potter ride?
Oh my God, yes. There we go. Great idea.
Oh, interesting. So like for
Yeah,
the
there could
Quidditch
be
Cup or
yeah, I was
whatever,
gonna
or
say
not the
there-
Quidditch Cup, the
Triwizard-
Goblet of Fire.
Yeah, the Triwizard Tournament or whatever.
Yeah.
There could be a whole ride based. That's a good ride. That would be fun.
Oh, this is a
But
good
it
idea
needs to
from
be a-
Kitra. Hopefully you find some merch that allows you to collect different things from each portal that showcases everything that
Yeah.
you got to do in the park. I think that would be would be
Yeah,
cool.
We didn't really get a chance to look like we said, but do you think they have like portal specific merch?
I don't think they do.
They should.
They should.
Maybe down the line that'll be like a collection that they come out with. Because like
I feel like
so many nerds would like love that if there was like a pin for each portal and it like looked like the portal, you know?
yeah, unfortunately I feel like Universal doesn't really make stuff to appeal to the park audience. Like I would love merch with the lighthouse from Islands of Adventure.
Yeah.
I'd like to
Or
have
like
like
the
a statue
arches.
of the or the arches.
Or the globe.
Like I
yeah.
know when they first opened, they had this cup that was like the lighthouse, which our friend Jason Sheridan of Podcast the Ride has the cup. But like I would buy a cup if it was shaped like the lighthouse, but they don't have it.
Yeah.
What the heck?
So when they were first announcing Epic Universe, they sent us the Chronos, and we have it. You could kind of see it behind Peter. Well, you can't really see it. Other way, or wait, no, is it
no,
behind
it's behind
me?
you.
Okay, you can't see it.
Yeah.
But it's like this really cool collectible, and I don't think they sell it there. Like that should be something that they sell. I feel like so many people would buy that.
Maybe not that one. It's like super heavy, but
Yeah.
like something like
But
that.
something like
Like
that.
you could make it a piggy bank. You could make it.
Yeah. Have chocolates in
light.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, if it was Japan, it would have chocolates or like cookies. It would be like one of those gift boxes. Do you want to read this one?
Yeah. Thank you, Fernando. Says love your channel for watching different Disney and Universal parks. Out of all the Harry Potter worlds at Universal, which one is your favorite? I think Diagon Alley is probably favorite. It's so hard to choose because they're all so different, and like being in the newest one really made me be like, oh, this is my favorite, but probably Diagon Alley.
Diagon Alley is cool because it's from the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not that Paris isn't from the movie, but it's from Fantastic Beasts. It's from the movie, and it feels so Harry Potter.
Yeah, and then Hogsmeade, it's like you have Hogwarts in the background. It's like beautiful. They're all great.
What program are you using to edit your videos so quick?
I use Adobe Premiere. I don't recommend that one unless you want to use that one. That was just what I was taught on.
Do we need prior booking to get the Helios bar? If yes, how can I get a reservation? I'm not sure if you need to stay in the Helios to get in there or not. I don't think you can drive to the Helios and park there because I think it's like insane price for parking. But I do know that the terrace suites or the terrace seats that overlook Epic Universe, I think there's like 5 of them. I think those are on reservation, and then the others are walk up.
Yeah, we need to get up there one day.
Yeah.
Because that is going to be the spot.
Is it worth staying on property for Epic Universe? I think it's worth staying on property at Universal, period, because you can go to Dockside, for instance, like $100 a night, 120, depending on what your pass or whatever is. And you get the early park entry.
Yeah, we love staying. Like we said, we stay at Universal. Even when we're going on like a Disney trip, we still stay at Universal most of the time. We love it.
Can we see the pups?
If you look closely,
Pixel.
she's like right there, or right there.
Pixel.
And then Gizmo's below this.
You're covering her.
Well, the yellow thing's
Pixel.
covering Gizmo.
Pixel.
You see her ears?
She's right.
Pixel. She's like, okay, are you done? Then Gizmo is right behind Peter. He's getting very impatient, I can tell.
The Nerdy Millennial, thank you so much. Says, besides the space theme, how would you compare Terra Luna to Cabana Bay? Which do you like better, and why? Would love to see up to this day? Cabana Bay is just like so much our vibe, like the mid-century modern.
Cabana Bay has so much going for it. It has a lazy river. It's huge. has like a retro theme, has a huge like dining hall, has a bowling alley. It's awesome. Between the two, I would definitely say stay at Cabana Bay. Terra Luna to me was a little like I feel like they could have done more with the theme. It wasn't very themed. Once you got inside, it was very small. So like there's not that much walking to your room. So if that's something that like you would like. Everything was really compact and it was like very easy to just take the elevator and it took 2 seconds to do something. So that was nice. But I feel like they could have gone more in depth with the theming.
Yeah.
Right?
How family friendly is Dark Universe ride? I wouldn't take young children on it, but it's not like scary.
I mean, I was scared of like Splash Mountain and Space Mountain until I was like 12. So some kids are just built differently.
Yeah, I don't know what age range to tell you. I mean, teenagers could definitely do it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what age would be like the right age to do.
Yeah. Because it is a little bit spooky.
Yeah.
Young Kitra would not like that one.
I mean, it's scarier than Haunted Mansion. Scarier than like Tower of Terror. Like, what is a comparable scary?
I feel like it's like as scary as Forbidden Journey. Probably a little bit scarier.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
So if your kid can handle Forbidden Journey, then maybe Dark Universe or Monsters Unchained.
Will Helios Grand be worth staying over the other premium Universal hotels like Hard Rock? Well, here's the thing. You get direct access to Epic Universe. You get the 1 hour early access to Epic Universe. You get a view, if you get a Park View room, of Epic Universe. Those 3 things are awesome. The negative part is for around the same price or maybe a little bit higher, you could get a Express Pass for Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Florida included.
Yeah, so right now, maybe in the future they'll add that, but right now you can't get the Express Pass, which is like honestly one of the biggest benefits to staying at one of the top tier Universal hotels. You just get an Express Pass with your visit, which is like such a good deal.
Does the Harry Potter ride have any drops? Yes. That's the whole...
Yeah. I mean, that's
the whole like point of it.
Premise of the ride.
The whole premise is that you're in this elevator that can go up, down, left, right, and at points it drops.
But it's not like Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
Yeah, the autofocus is like having issues. I apologize.
Oh, is it?
It was, yeah.
Oh no.
It's still. I'm sorry if that's making anyone like sick.
Why is it doing that?
I don't know.
How long?
See it back there? It's like trying to focus on your microphone. Like the little box thing is just like constantly over your microphone. It's okay. We're almost done.
Want to answer that question?
Sure. How long did y'all estimate until you can buy single day tickets to Epic? Can't you buy them now or can you not?
Yeah, you can buy them now.
I think you could buy them now. I think initially it was just that 3-day deal, but check out the website. I think you could buy them now. Did you fix it?
Maybe.
I'm sorry. I know. Someone says I don't want you to end your live. I know. Thanks for hanging out with us, but we've been going for 2 hours, so we're probably gonna.
Oh, has it been 2 hours? Wow.
Yeah.
What does Grand Helios smell
Smells
like?
good.
I don't know what the smell is, but it does have a
good.
smell.
That's one of the first thing I noticed when we went in there. It has a signature scent.
Do you want to read this one?
Sure. Can non-Helios guests exit the park into the hotel and go to the rooftop and re-enter? You know what? I'm not sure.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. We'll have to ask.
Because I know at Disney Sea, I think you can't get into the hotel from...
Even if you have like a lunch reservation, you can't book the restaurant?
I think you need to... Well, actually,
I
don't know.
the Fantasy Springs Hotel you can't.
Yeah.
But even for Miracosta?
I thought we had to scan our card when we went. I don't remember.
Yeah. We'll find that out. That's a good question. Because it would be nice to like go up to the bar during the day and like get a drink and then go back to the park. Like that'd be really cool.
Is it HHN scary? No.
No.
It's not that scary. But it isn't Haunted Mansion. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not for
It's definitely
like,
above Haunted Mansion in terms of scares.
Someone says no, unfortunately. I'm not sure what that was
It
to.
was for the Express, or if it was for Helios, it was worth it right now.
What's your go-to low light camera setup? We use the A7S III, and we use the 24 to 70, or no, the 16 to 35 G Master 2 lens. Any thoughts on Rivers American and proposed cars we're at? We're excited for it, right?
Yeah.
Is it more like Rise of the Resistance drops?
Yes.
I would even say not as strong
Not
as
as
that.
intense.
Yeah.
But that's more comparable. Escape from Azkaban, the ride. Yes. But that would be scary. I want something not scary.
Theme Park IQ says lightning round.
Okay, yeah, let's do our lightning round. Do we have any more super chats?
I don't know. What's our next big trip? We're going back to Epic.
Yeah, that's our next big trip.
Did Kitra get the Trader Joe's?
No, I did not. But that reminds me that I need to go shopping.
I don't want to answer that question because it's a spoiler. What TV shows are you watching right now? We just finished Severance.
Because Severance is over.
Oh,
we need
watching
to finish.
The Studio.
Oh,
The Studio is so good.
That's another Apple TV show.
Yeah.
We also need to get caught up on White Lotus. But now that Severance is over, I'm sad.
Yeah, will we be at Celebration Japan? We will not, unfortunately.
No. We were supposed to be, but Epic comes first.
When you guys coming back? Soon, very soon.
Very soon.
We're going on Navigator of the Seas in 2 weeks.
Yay!
What is the number one thing we need to do? The water coaster.
The water coaster. You need to go to Jamie's Italian, and you need to gamble in the casino and win $1 million. Go to the ice skating show. It's fun.
Did you watch White Lotus season 3?
We didn't finish it, no. But
we were a couple episodes behind.
Yeah.
Are you playing any video games?
Not currently, but I am excited for the Switch 2, even though it's super expensive, and with all the tariffs, I don't want to talk about that. But I am excited for the new Mario Kart game. Looks awesome.
How long will the wait times be for the rides?
Long.
Be probably long, but we have no idea. Right now they're doing team member previews. Next week they're doing annual pass holder previews, and during that time it's going to be a lower capacity, so you can't judge the wait times based on that.
It'll never be the slow crowds again.
Yeah. Best fabric material to wear for a tank top / shirt, cotton, linen, dry fit.
I just wear cotton, but I've heard that the Roosevelt shirts are very breathable.
Yeah. I like merino wool because they are microbacterial. You can wear them, like especially if you're traveling, you can take them and wear them for multiple days. It's very soft.
I need to get some of those. Probably
the only downfall is for like bigger guys like me. It is soft and it like conforms to your like
curves
more, so it's not as like thick. So that's the downfall of it, I would say, and it's more expensive. Any plans to come to Australia and see some of our parks?
Eventually.
Someday.
I'd like to visit Australia while I'm still alive. But I'm scared to go there. I'm not going to lie.
Who watches your dogs when you travel? We have a great dog sitter.
That they love more than us.
Yeah.
We're truly so blessed.
Yeah. Will you ever do a collab with Yankee in the South? We've never met Yankee in the South.
Who's Yankee in the South?
I don't know. I think it's like a travel YouTuber. He's kind of like
yeah.
I think it's like Jacob the carpetbagger who we have met. We spent time
Jacob was there. He's so nice.
Yeah, but
I'm sad he wasn't in our group.
But it's one of those channels where I think it's like a daily kind of thing. Like Adam, I think. I don't know. When will your next live be?
I don't know. We do them every few months now, so probably not for a few months.
I'm loving Daredevil Born Again. We haven't seen it.
That's another one. We got to add that to our list.
Are we going to Theme Park Express's wedding cruise?
Not sure.
I don't think so.
I would love to. I'm sad that we aren't, but how awesome is that he's getting married on a cruise ship?
That is incredible. Myra, did you read my super chat?
We hope so.
Think so. Let me double check.
We did.
Thank you, Myra.
Now you're lost.
I just gotta find Myra again. Where's Myra? I don't see
You
her.
guys know Blake Silva. Yeah, we've met him once. We're friendly with him, but we met him once. He was nice. I think he got invited to Star Wars Celebration.
Oh, really?
By Disney. Can you imagine that?
That's a crazy trip.
Disney would invite us to Star Wars Celebration.
Are you going to watch Murderbot? I don't even know what Murderbot is. What's Murderbot? Is that a show or a movie? Have you seen Bondsman? We have not.
What's that?
I don't even know what that is.
Wow. Okay, I think it's time to go.
Hold on. Do you have any?
No, not yet.
No?
I don't know if I could go down that road. I want to. I want the Disney ones, but.
Ever going to Awani? We've been a bunch of times. We want to go back, though.
We need to book a trip.
Yeah, we have videos on it if you haven't seen our videos of Awani. Minecraft World, someone says.
That could be fun.
I feel like Minecraft World would be so ugly. It would just be a bunch of blocks.
I want Animal Crossing World.
Yeah. Any plans to take Kitra to Epic Universe? You have to ask Kitra.
If he wants to come, he can.
Thank you for your base luggage recommendation.
Yay.
Just received new luggage. Love it. That's awesome.
Base is the best.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. We had so much fun.
Kitra's cutting it off. I can't answer your questions.
Because you've just turned into uhs and ums again. So we gotta cut it off.
Murderbot is a show on Apple TV. Well, we got a super chat here. Do you want to read this?
Sure. Appreciate the videos of the houses during HHN. Which houses do you think Universal will add this year? Like Scream, Terrifier, Five Nights. I think all three of those are like I would.
Scream has been on my list of like
if we
dream
got a Scream
houses.
house, I'd be so happy.
Yeah.
I've never seen Terrifier because honestly, I've heard it's really gross. So I don't know if I'm like mentally prepared for that one. And I haven't seen Five Nights at Freddy's either. But I think that could be a fun house.
Do you think you could do Epic Universe in a day? If you had express passes, maybe, but you're not going to see everything.
If you wear a diaper, maybe.
Okay. We're cutting this off. This is we got another super chat. You want to read the super chat?
After now experiencing Epic Universe, what's each of your favorite rides overall in all the parks you've attended? I would say that Monsters Unchained and Ministry of Magic are definitely in the top 10. The Jurassic Adventure ride in Universal Beijing, amazing. I don't know. I feel like I like that one better just because that one was so good. But they're so different. They're all so different.
But yeah, Jurassic in Beijing.
Pirates in Shanghai.
The Rise of the Resistance.
Rise of the Resistance.
What else?
Would you put...
Frozen Ever After or Frozen in Fantasy Springs.
What about like, would you put Beauty and the Beast or like Zootopia in there or no?
Beauty and the Beast, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so
we'll have to make a list.
They're definitely in the top 10 for sure. Because Indiana Jones, I would say at Disneyland. Cars.
Radiator Springs for sure. 100%.
It's a good list.
Yeah, I think
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Both of the dark rides at Epic Universe are in that top 10. They might even be in the top 5.
Living with the Land. People Mover.
Okay. We're going to say goodnight. Thank you all
guys.
for hanging out for over 2 hours. Yes. You guys are amazing.
Thanks for nerding out with us about Epic Universe. Like, we can't wait for everyone to go. We can't wait to be back. We can't wait to film more videos. We can't wait for it to open officially May 22nd. It's just an exciting time to be a theme park fan.
Yeah.
And also it makes me want to like buy a house in Orlando and move there because I'm sad that like we don't get it here.
If it wasn't for the humidity.
I know.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next adventure.
Bye.